and welcome to another episode of Canary Knits. I'm your host, Antoinette. This week we're going to be talking Valentine's Day market prep. We're going to be talking about some finished objects. I have some new yarn acquisitions, nothing too exciting, just like from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to talk about why designing for plus size bodies is so hard. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, I'm Antoinette. I've been knitting and crocheting like 25 years, both. I enjoy them very much, and I spin as well. I'm a single parent, queer, Puerto Rican lady living in the Midwest. Okay, so this week I've been asking myself some questions, and one of the questions I've asked myself in preparation for this Valentine's Day market hopefully going to do. I haven't fully finished signing up yet, but it is in the works. But one of the questions I'm asking myself is like, what are alternate colors for Valentine's Day? Because I don't know why. I am a pink girly. I love pink. I love it. It's everywhere in my apartment, in my home. It makes me extremely happy. I work with it a lot. But I pulled out my yarn to make like a pink Valentine's Day hat, and it just wasn't calling to me. So what I ended up with instead is this number. Just like a brown. And I'm going to knit little hearts on it with this. And I think that it's going to look really, really nice. If you're wondering, I did make my shirt. It is a freehand mesh number, and I love it. I'm going to insert a little bit about this number right here. For this number, I just wanted a really simple mesh 3/4 length top, and I used the Estaco, which is like a wool cashmere acrylic blend. And there are no dye lots for this yarn, just so you know. I find that designing for plus size bodies, there's just a lot of curves. Like the sizes don't go just up like a size chart. There's just a lot of different adjustments that you need to make. And I cannot say enough about how much of a flow state I was in while I was creating this. Okay, so I wanted to take a moment and talk about this giant cardigan sleeve again and revisit what's going on with this project. Basically, I started this before Christmas, took the world's worst notes ever, and couldn't remember how I made the first sleeve to make the second sleeve the same. I really wanted these sleeves to work even as giant bell sleeves, but it just ended up being like 2.5 skeins per sleeve, and it was just too much, so I ended up ripping it out again. This is like the 5th time I've reworked those sleeves, and I'm just gonna start over again. But the original idea I had for this cardigan vest was to make a cardigan that uses slightly less yarn than my usual cardigans to offer like a more affordable option at markets. I've been experimenting not only with colors, but with like adding different fixtures to my knit and crochet objects. And these are all things that I'm making for the Valentine's Day market. But I've been putting snaps on my knitting because why not, right? You can. Did you know that you could put snaps on your knitting? These are little necklace pouches for carrying things, mostly like pens. things like that. You would carry your pen your vape pen or whatever that you always need around your neck. Yeah, so I've been experimenting with making those and having a lot of fun. I haven't quite settled on the design yet. These are all prototypes. And of course I have to be dramatic and call anything that I'm working on a prototype. But these are just like tests. Like I'm not sure if these are the actual sizes that I want, but I do really like putting the snaps on the knitting. It just snaps open. You can get the snap kits online for like $15, $20. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so designing is hard, y'all. Designing for plus size bodies is really hard. And I have a plus size body, and I think that. So that's saying something. But in this year, in 2026, one of my knitting goals is to put designs out there, because I'm really guilty of making designs like this shirt and doing absolutely nothing with them and just sitting on them and making them for myself and making them to sell, but never like making them for other knitters and crocheters. And I would really like to get into that. It's a little bit of an intimidating process, I'm not gonna lie. But I think that it would be very valuable to have another plus size knitter and crocheter out there designing like fashion forward, not super frumpy designs. And I love like a giant frumpy sweater. The paper sack sweater from Stitch and Bitch is on my to make list. It's pretty high up there. So I'm not against a frumpy sweater. It's just that I also like more form-fitting stuff, and there's kind of a lack of that that I've seen. So if you have any designers that you like that make plus size stuff, put them in the comments, because I want to know. Because right now I just search for like size inclusive pattern. One person that I really like is Nautical Nadia. So I want to show like more of my process, and like it's a little bit embarrassing, honestly. This is my beginning of a plus size mesh shirt in my head. It's about blanket size. So I don't really know, like, yeah, I don't know. I was in flow state, right? I was enjoying myself and just crocheting. So this is attempt 1. And it's like a pretty shoddy attempt, right? Like, I didn't even get very far. Okay, now this is gonna blow your mind. Please feel sorry for me if you want. I feel sorry for myself. This is attempt number 2. And this is as far as I got. And yes, this is all mesh. And it's gorgeous, darling. It's just gorgeous. But I made it too big? Question mark? Answer? Yes, I made it too big. And I don't really know what I was doing. I just kind of fell in love with mesh. Again, I reached flow state, right? It's a very dangerous place for me to be, because I was just enjoying myself. I love this yarn. It's the Istocco wool. It's like a cashmere acrylic wool blend, and it's so soft and it's so nice to work with. I just really like it. So I just got carried away. But this is my attempt at designing a plus sized mesh shirt like the one I'm wearing that I've already designed. But yeah, I just wanted to show some of the process, because I feel like if you're watching a lot of knitting and crocheting videos, you could think that things go really, really fast if you're just getting into it. Like, okay, you see the cutaway of the yarn, you might see a little bit of a person working on it, but then it's done and it's fabulous and it's great. But what you don't see often, and I'm trying to show a lot more of that, is the mistakes and how much trial and error is involved in every single pattern. Like it's yeah, humbling. More of the Istocco yarn, which is a cashmere wool acrylic blend. I'm really fond of this yarn. I try to get places early so that I can have like 10-15 minutes to knit or crochet. This is me just having a quick session before work. There is no alienation between me and this product I'm working on. I own all of the tools. I have all of the knowledge to make it. There's no supply chain or exploitation. The labor is all mine. The craft is all mine. I resist mass marketing trends and gender codes by creating my own garments. Instead of competition, I'm emphasizing solidarity and helping subvert capitalism. Handcrafting is a rebellion. It is an intergenerational practice that connects people and strengthens community. Handcrafting to me is an act of rebellion, and this is what I look like when I'm rebelling. One of my favorite things about crafting is that it is intergenerational, and I think that we are so strong as a community when we can have members of different generations. Okay, so I'm most likely going to do a Valentine's Day show, and this mesh shirt is actually part of my collection for the Valentine's Day show. I want to do some unisex, like button-down polos with collars. I think are going to be really cute. I also want to do some lingerie. I'm not going to go over my works in progress because they're still pretty much the same. I have my fucking Halloween socks that I still have to finish that I'm working on. And I said I wasn't going to go over them, but I really do like them. It's the Hobie Halloween double knit sock yarn. I've been working on them forever, like almost 2 years now. It's my yarn haul. It's just about $5 in Dollar Tree yarn. I'm stocking up to make amigurumi for the craft festival. Chenille Premiere in the color Iris. I really like that. Same thing. This is a super bulky yarn. Color Crimson. And this color I had to get because I haven't seen before. It is just simply gray. But I'll probably be making a couple chickens with those and maybe like an octopus with this. I don't really know yet. Amigurumi is not my favorite thing to make, I'm not gonna lie. But I do enjoy selling it at markets, and so I'm making a lot of it recently. I did something exciting this week. I got a library card. Yay! I recently moved, if you're keeping track, and one of the first things I like to do to establish myself in a new town is to get a library card. So I got a library card and I checked out a book on spinning and dyeing yarn because it's about time for me to spin again. And I've been looking through it. I do think that this might be more of the kind of book that's like a coffee table book instead of like a hardcore instructional book. That said, there's really not too much to spinning. It's all kind of a flick of the wrist. So if you could get that and get your tension down, then you could pretty much do it. So stay tuned for some more spinning. And that's pretty much all I have this week. I just wanted to check in and say, hey, give you the goal that I've been really thinking about, designing with plus size bodies in mind. And not just plus size bodies, like plus size fashionable bodies. Yes, we're not going anywhere. We're in an Ozempic epidemic, but we're still not going anywhere, okay? So thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.